Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is HD and welcome to the final game of the Game of Drones. This is going to be your conclusion and I hope you guys have enjoyed the broadcast and the series so far. I'll try to make these into a playlist for you guys so you can recommend your friends and make it a more enjoyable viewing experience. I guess you could just hit play, lay in your bed and watch it all in order. Also, by the way, the temperature in my room has risen another few degrees, so I'm really hoping my computer doesn't melt down. Unfortunately, it is another Zerg versus Protoss where motherships and creep can be deployed, which is what really makes StarCraft lag the most. I don't know why it does, but it just destroys graphics cards. So I'm hoping nothing bad goes wrong. Crossing my fingers here. And we'll see what happens. By the way, guys, the opponent here, Panda Tank, going to be the last Protoss player, the last player of this season, in fact, to face off against TLO. And very excited to be here to bring you guys this final set of games. Following this, I'll have the Stefano replay pack coming out, and I hope you guys keep your eyes peeled out for that. Currently, TLO's record is 6-2. Will he finish off the season 7-2 strong, or will he drop to 6-3? We'll just have to see. And Game of Drones here, dropping the spawning pool down first. That's to be expected. Map, by the way, is Korhal Compound, and this is a it's one of the newer maps in the rotation right now for the Korean scene. I actually really like the map a lot. You guys might not think that this is blocked, and I'm actually kind of wondering right now, is it blocked? It doesn't look like it is, but I believe it is. I've seen a couple of games where TT1 kind of made it look like the Forge wasn't blocking the ramp, but in fact it was. So that should be a full-on blockade. I don't know. We'll find out. TLO now sending out a couple of overlords. The drone is blocking the... Excuse me, the probe is blocking the drone from making the hatchery. Pretty annoying. And when Zergs are faced off against this, you kind of come to the realization at some point, I've got to just abandon the location and make the hatchery over at this area. But the problem with Korhal Compound, this is actually a really, really weird map for Zerg. If you try to expand over here, it is so risky because it's in a low valley. And Protoss can just put pylons up here, they can attack from the right side, they can warp in from the high ground down to the low ground. It's so nasty that a lot of Zergs really do not like expanding to that location. And we can see that TLO, as of yet, has not gone over to the third hatchery, so he's really dedicating himself to getting the natural, even allowing himself to be delayed by this much, and the pylon will finally fall. But that pylon was well worth it. TLO finally will get the natural down. Now, what's going to be interesting to see is where he grabs the third hatchery. Will it be at that risky spot? Will he try to expand at the ninja location at the 9? And it's really not a ninja because so many Zergs opt to go there anyways. So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, Panda Tank here grabbing the Nexus. We'll see if we'll see if he can avenge the losses of his Protoss brothers. Only one Protoss out of the many that have challenged TLO in this season of Game of Drones has won. And that was in an epic base race where honestly, it could have gone either way. It was like rolling the dice. So, we'll see if Panda can finish off TLO here in the final blow. There is a cybernetic score coming up right now. And 2 gases, meanwhile, for Panda Tank, so he does want to go ahead and get that gas going. We'll see if he opts to go the Twilight route, the Stargate route, or just mass sentries. Overlord will make its way inside. The third hatchery has gone down for TLO. He's going to opt to secure the risky location. And like I said before, this is going to be pretty important how TLO defends that area. What is going on here? There's like leaves and stuff burning away from the creep. Creep, by the way, if you didn't know, has acidic properties, burning away plants and such. And it looks like the Overlord here trying to scout out what buildings are coming down. But Panda Tank has chosen not to reveal his tech as of yet. One Zealot chasing away a few Zerglings at the front door. Probe making its way out across the field as well. But nope, it's going to retreat as the Zerglings were in pursuit. And TLO bringing his queen over here. Now, as I said before, will TLO be able to defend that third location, that third hatchery? And I would venture to guess that there's going to be a lot of emphasis here, a lot of motivation for Panda Tank to make some type of timing play on this hatchery. You know, 6-gate plus comes to mind. Any type of 6-gate plus build, when I say 6-gate plus, I obviously mean 6 gates or more. And then on top of that, +1 or +2 weapons and maybe even blink. Any type of any sort of those attacks can really break this hatchery. on Core Hall compound. So keep your eyes peeled out for that. And Probe making its way over to the left, checking for the Ninja hatchery. There was no hatchery there. There's just a Zergling. It will make its rounds back home. By the way, guys, I've noticed a couple comments on my last videos. A lot of people saying that they want to see me post my ladder battles. And I will be posting them very, very soon. I've actually been practicing. I don't want to post up games that are just absolutely terrible. And right now, I'm still pretty rusty. But I will be posting up some Zerg, Protoss, and Terran in the very near future. Also, I have started to play League of Legends. Some of my friends finally got me to install it and load it up for the first time. I'm not going to make a video about it yet because I just absolutely suck. So keep your eyes peeled out. We might have some videos or one video coming in the near future. Pylon's coming out right now, though, for Panda Tank, and this is what I was expecting him to do. One Pylon was scouted by the Zergling and Overlord. TLO can take that out. But what I was expecting from Panda Tank here is some type of timing play off of his gateways and 2 bases to strike that 3rd hatchery. Plus 2 weapons is finishing up right now. Another Pylon coming up, and this is what I was talking about, the high ground to low ground. And, of course, the Zerg cannot see... Oh, he can see that. Interesting. Not sure how you can see a couple Zealots making their way over to the right, though. And more Stalkers warping in. There's a Dark Shrine coming. So Panda Tank going to take the route of Wolverate and see if Dark Templar is going to work out or not. Of course, he's going to try to strike this location and take it down. There's a couple of crawlers he's got to work through. TLO wisely placing crawlers down. Knows that this is a vulnerable hatchery. One Overlord will fall. He's now under supply. 102 over 94. Spine Crawler takes out the Pylon to the north, though. And that was so big. Now the Protoss reinforcements have a bit of a walking distance. And when Roach is going to take it down, though. So this attack might not work. And another Spine Crawler rooting itself down into the creep. And it doesn't look like Panda Tank's going to be able to kill off the hatchery. Not even going to kill off any drones. Maybe just 1 or 2. Actually, just 1, I think, from 2, actually. And 3 total. So nothing serious. And TLO averts disaster. I thought for sure he was going to suffer some losses there, but it wasn't the case. And now some Stalkers finding themselves caught in the middle open field. Oh, Wolverate, excuse me, oh, Panda Tank falling in the footsteps of Wolverate and losing huge amounts of units in the early game. And now will the Dark Templar harass work? I don't know, man. This is such big balls plays. This is a huge gamble. Do note he's gonna have +2 weapons finished, so these Dark Templar pack a punch. But will it be enough to fall TLO? The DTs are splitting up. Here we go. Some drones getting slashed down, but an Overseer quickly on the way. In fact, there are 2 Overseers on the way. Don't know where the location of the second one is, so the main is vulnerable. But it looks like the DT at the 3rd is going to get picked off. The DT at the natural picking off a couple of drones. 14 drones have gone down so far, so Panda Tank not doing a shabby job at all. If you can get any more drone kills, that would be a premium, but it doesn't look like he will. He picks off a queen, though. Oh, nice play by Panda. And doing a decent job with the DT harass, but you know what? Think about the investment. All the DTs, all the Dark Shrines, and all the units he tried to warp in and force the engagement at the 3rd hatchery. And all of that only added up to 14 workers killed. I'm pretty sure, you know, as a Zerg player, you can replenish that really easily. Right now, he's actually behind 48 under 60, but looking at that supply tab, TLO is dominating the supplies right now, and he should be making drones to replenish that drone count. Yeah, there we go, 7 drones on the way, and a 4th hatchery as well. So I think TLO weathered the storm fairly decently. He's just gonna have to replenish his drone count, and he should be okay. Panda Tank, meanwhile, what is his follow-up to this? He's now researching +3 weapons as well, right away after the +2, following, like I said, in the footsteps of Wolverate. More DTs mixing in the army, but this is the problem with going DTs. By the way, guys, he's got, I think, 9 gates. No, yeah, that's 8 gates, actually. 8 gates, all in 2 bases. But by the way, the thing about going with these DTs is he's not going to have the Colossus out. That's the biggest problem with going with Dark Templar, going with this other gas route when Colossus are clearly the superior unit in almost all matchups. So, TLO here really looking good, I think. He's going to have to transition into Hive pretty soon here. We've already seen how potent TLO's Hive Tech is. And hopefully he gets that Overseer Contaminate combo going on the buildings as we saw in the last game as well. A couple of Roaches and Zerglings making their way out. Good creep spread by TLO. Zerglings here making their way to the north. Maybe going to check for the 3rd. There's already Zergling there reporting back home. And some Protoss forces making their way out across the right side here. All the Dark Templars, note, have transformed into Archons. And some of the Zealots might get caught in the open field. No, TLO is going to instead fall back. I think he could have killed off those 2 Zealots. Do note, there's really not that many sentries at all. Only 3. Another pylon coming up over here at the right side. Panda Tank certainly has an opportunity to strike there, but TLO's already there with his roaches. Good anticipation, but now, because most of his army's to the right side, he could be in trouble over here on the left. He's going to have to conglomerate his army fairly quickly after he kills off the pylons. He just killed off the final one. Doesn't have to worry about a warp-in counterattack. Panda Tank just kind of playing this cat-and-mouse game, but as soon as you get to the creep, that's when you have to get a little cautious. You do not want to be caught on the creep against the massive swarm known as the Zerg. And, you know, surprisingly to me here, no 3rd Nexus yet from Panda Tank, and this is why I was so kind of paying attention to all the gateways here. 8 gates and plus 3 weapons and a robotics facility, Twilight Council, Dark Shrine. There's no 3rd base coming, guys. Panda Tank is he's pretty much committed himself now into ending this game on 2 bases, and we'll see if he can or not. Of course, he's got plus 3 weapons. TLO only at 1 armor, so TLO could be in trouble here despite him having the larger army, but this is Panda Tank going a little bit too far on the creep, and oh, the flank is coming. Force Field's trying to cut off the flank. Will this be enough for Panda Tank to make a strike and maybe kill the hatchery? I don't think so. Those Archons getting in the front are going to get pummeled by the roaches. There's just too many roaches here. And the Stalker's blinking forward. Will it be enough here for Panda Tank to kill off the roach army? It actually looks like he's got enough Stalkers. It is the power of plus 3 and blink. And he's going to be able to kill off all the roaches. Unbelievable by Panda Tank. And will Panda Tank transition into a 3rd Nexus or not? No transitions coming yet because the creep is blocking the Nexus. So Panda Tank really pigeonholed into 2 bases, and now the reinforcements arriving for TLO, surrounding the Stalkers. Good fungal as well. The 2 Infestors get picked off though after they expend their energy. And I don't know, man. TLO, I don't think he's got enough roaches to break this Stalker number. Good blink by Panda. And his Stalker forces, those plus 3 weapons, so strong. It looks like in the heat of battle, TLO was able to finish up plus 2 armor. So he's kind of catching up in upgrades, but he can't break this location, and Panda Tank continues. He's actually reinforcing the pylon with a photon cannon now, so 1 single roach cannot take it down. That's really smart by Panda. And now Panda encroaching on this hatchery. I can't believe it. The 2-base quick upgrade play might be able to break TLO here. What the heck is TLO doing? He's running all of his roaches into the Stalkers. He's gonna lose the last roach, and now the hatchery is going to fall. This is unbelievable. Reinforcements continuing to stream in from Panda. Panda is getting me really excited, guys. I cannot believe this. I thought TLO was in a prime position this game, but Panda with one of the biggest timing attacks I've ever seen, all off of 2 bases, striking as soon as plus 3 weapons finish, right before TLO could realize the number of bases he had, the number of the drones he had, the clearly superior position he was at, and now TLO in a lot of trouble. Those Stalkers are going to shred everything. All the drones falling. It's a drone graveyard here. 42, 43, 45 drones have fallen. And TLO, oh my goodness, will he be able to defend the location now, dropping mass transfuse, trying to keep his roaches alive. Panda Tank could just fall away though. He actually killed off a ton of drones. Maybe pick off this hatchery on the way out, regrouping with reinforcements. And that was never a better sight. Now, the one thing, though, is that Panda Tank, I think, has to worry a little bit about is he hasn't grabbed the 3rd Nexus yet. Still not yet. All he's got to do is send a Stalker over here. There we go. Ward away the Overlords and then get the probe down to build the Nexus, because he is going to run out of money on 2 bases pretty soon here. In fact, he's probably mined out the main. Yeah, he has. He's now transferring over to the natural, and TLO is still on 3 bases. However, remember, the Protoss still winning the Eco War at 59 over 45 drones. So this is just anybody's game here. I cannot believe how close this is. Panda Tank pushing in. Once again, roaches have not been able to get any more upgrades because TLO has been scrambling his gas and minerals into more roaches. And I'm surprised TLO isn't reinforcing with some more Zerglings. Zerglings and Infestors here can crush the Stalker Ball pretty easily. Maybe he just doesn't have, I don't know, maybe I can't really fathom why he isn't going for more Zerglings and Infestors. Obviously, roaches aren't too shabby, but, you know, a nice little mixture of Zerglings and Infestors here or there would be really helpful. And it looks like now he's just going to go for the trade. Oh, TLO here thinking, you know what? If I can prevent the third Nexus from going down, I can just starve this Protoss out. I can starve Panda Tank out. Will it work or not? And he's going to go into the third here. No Nexus as of yet. A DT coming in. There's actually some DTs mixed into the main army as well. Hopefully TLO's got some Overseers ready to go here. He's going to go for the base race. Going to sacrifice the natural. This is bringing back memories from his game on Antigua Shipyard with the base race. It looks like he is going all out here. Overseer comes in, detects the Dark Templar. And now this is anybody's game to take. Hatchery at the natural has fallen. It looks like this Evolution Chamber might get picked off here. This is huge. Panda Tank should pick that off before the +2 melee finishes. That could be the nail in the coffin for these Stalkers. Here comes the Zerglings though. Panda needs to blink away, but he's gonna get fungled. Oh my goodness, and Panda's gonna lose Stalkers, and this is a problem for the Protoss because those Stalkers are a much heavier premium than the Roaches. Because Panda only has 2 bases, he's going to get fungled again. And that DT actually doing some pretty good damage, and now finally Panda able to fall away. You know, the tension in this game is so taut right now. Both sides, you could cut it with a hot knife. It could go either way. The Protoss finally securing the third Nexus. I was gonna say he's gonna pigeonhole himself into 2 bases, but he is gonna grab the third Nexus, thankfully. He's also got more probes than the Zerg has drones at 49 over 26. Now main-arting most of them over for the distance mines job. And we can see on the minimap, it looks like TLO realizing that everything falls on this third Nexus. Note that even though the Protoss has more probes, he doesn't have more money mining, as he's at 100 compared to 800 per minute from the Zerg. And now TLO's going to come in here with all of his forces. No response from Panda Tank. That Nexus is going to fall, and most of Panda Tank's forces are on the other side of the map counterattacking. So now we are in a full-fledged base race, and whoever has the most buildings left at the end is going to remain standing. It looks like TLO hit the jackpot. He's going to kill so many probes off right now. I don't know what Panda Tank was doing with those probes. 34 now have fallen total, but at the same time, all these drones are going to fall as well. Panda may actually win this game. I don't know, man. This is so close. That Roach is going to get obliterated. Overlord's falling as well. Now TLO going to fall back with everything. I don't agree with that. TLO should have just went straight in for the go-ahead base race, but he's going to fall back with his Roaches and Zerglings, maybe for fear of reinforcements. And it's not a bad idea either. We can see that the Protoss has more banked resources here. Couple of DTs warping in. DTs warping in at the crucial time. And will the fungal hit the DTs? No, it will not. TLO wasn't paying attention. He could have fungled the DTs to reveal them. And DTs in a base race situation are so good. That last Infestor trying to hide at the base of the ramp, it gets picked off. And now, where are the Overseers? Oh, TLO doesn't have enough money to make an Overseer. Is that the situation? No, he's got an Overseer on the map. Yeah, and that Overseer's on the west side. It's gonna have to come back down south. Looks like there's a Spore Crawler, but the Spore was picked off. TLO actually coming in here with everything that he's got. He's going to be able to push the enemy forces away thanks to the creep, and he's going to kill off the last Stalker. Oh, I think Panda Tank just got a little too comfortable with his Dark Templar, and he still got the DT here, but there's an Infestor, and Fungal Growth should be able to close it out. There it is. Panda cannot afford any more forces, and the GG has been called. Oh, man. And I guess TLO is going to finish off the series strong at 7-2. Overall season record for Season 1 of Game of Thrones. Absolutely fantastic series. And if you think about this entire match, really a lot of it revolved around the Protoss never mining from this third base. I mean, there was a moment when he kind of was, but he never really took advantage of it. Of course, similar to Wolverate, we had that situation where he went for DTs and they didn't really pay off either. And I can't really think of a major attack to analyze here, a major battle, because the last 10 minutes really were action-packed. There was battles all across the map, and it was just completely action-packed. I do like what TLO did here, because even though he was under attack at this location, he realized, hey, if I stop this third Nexus from going up, the Protoss is done. He cannot make any more forces. And even though TLO actually lost a lot of forces here, he lost this battle, and I think he lost a hatchery and 1 million drones. It wasn't so bad, because you know what? He prevented the third Nexus from going up, and if you look at the money from the Protoss right now, 400, 800, that was pretty much all he had. He couldn't make any more. And TLO, on the other hand, as long as he could run his roaches away and keep his army together, he was gonna, you know, win the fight because he just had more forces at the end of the day. So that was good job by TLO. Hope you guys enjoyed. And make sure to subscribe if you guys can. My YouTube channel is at youtube.com/HDStarcraft. More StarCraft 2 videos that you guys can all find there. Hope you guys enjoyed. And this is HD signing out.